The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's the WSJM Morning Show, 8:12. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Lundberg, and let's see, time is 8:12. I already said that. Sorry about that. We've got an update. This is the segment where we check in typically with Zach East from United Way of Southwest Michigan, but Zach is playing hooky again. Who knows what he's up to these days? But thankfully, we have in his place a couple of great individuals. Dawn Marie Smith is here from Be Healthy Berrien, supported by United Way of Southwest Michigan, and her partner in goodness today is Emily Velmuir from Corewell Health for the Center for Wellness in Benton Harbor. Ladies, thank you for joining us in the WSJM studios.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Who wants to begin? Why are you here today, and what are we talking about?
All right. I'll start it off.
This is Dawn Marie.
Yep. So This is Dawn Marie, and good morning, everyone. And I'm the one that saw that beautiful sunrise this morning, by the way.
Yes.
Breathtaking. So we're here to promote the Community Leadership Academy, which is a 10-week program that supports civic leadership along with understanding the built environment and how our health is associated and connected to the built environment.
When you say the built environment, what is that?
The built environment, if you think about the social determinants of health, which are, for example, safe housing, transportation, education, job opportunities, and nutritious food, the environment around us shapes our health outcomes. And so we're working with residents for them to better understand their environment so that they can improve their neighborhoods, which would ultimately impact and hopefully improve well-being.
Yeah. So what does that look like?
Well, I'm going to pass it over
Go ahead,
to
introduce.
Emily, and I'm going to let Emily share a little.
Okay.
Sure. So for healthcare, a lot of times I think we think about healthcare being a doctor's office visit or maybe how our genes are made up. But one of the things that we're teaching our participants in the academy is that your healthcare is more than that. So, for example, maybe you have a person who has uncontrolled diabetes, and it might be really easy to say, "Oh, they don't care about their health, or they're not interested." But maybe as you dig deeper, you find out that person doesn't have access to healthy food, or maybe their literacy rate doesn't allow them to understand how to take their medications, or maybe transportation is an issue for them and they can't get to their doctor's office.
Yeah.
So we start to see some of these things that impact healthcare beyond just your genetics and your health. And with the Leadership Academy, we're trying to empower our residents in the academy to help make some of these changes in their neighborhood, help have access to healthy food, look at what barriers people have to getting good healthcare and taking care of themselves. So we're really excited about the 13 participants that are there. The word I keep using is powerhouse. We have a powerhouse group of people from the area who are just very invested in the area, really wanting to make a change. And just after our first meeting, it was great to see some of their ideas and some of their passion for the area.
That's great. Thank you for doing that. So what happens at the Community Leadership Academy? What is it actually? What are you doing when that happens, when you gather?
Certainly. So it's first of all, it's led by a grassroots leader. So it's very important that the individual that is teaching the curriculum is connected to the community, and that is our resident Ashley Hines. And then essentially participants will understand, we're going to provide education on how the neighborhood environment impacts chronic disease, and then really explain to them how core health information and community health strategies actually can help improve their neighborhood. And ultimately, we're going to give them the tools, so the tools to actually make changes. A couple assessments through Corewell's Community Needs Assessment, as well as through some research from Be Healthy Berrien, is community members have the desire to make change. They just don't necessarily have the structure or the tools and the knowledge to actually come together and connect and drive that change together. And this is really the best of both worlds. It's bringing all of the structure and this connection, not only with community members, but also local organizations. Part of this is helping connect community members to organizations so that we collectively can improve our neighborhoods.
Yeah, great goal. So what status is it in right now? Can people still become part of this?
So we have started our first cohort. We had our first class last Wednesday. So at this time, we do have our set cohort for this year.
Okay.
They will complete 10 classes. However, next year in 2026, we are looking at doing a second cohort. That one will be focused on the Niles Buchanan area, and those will be our 2 pilots, and then we will see where it grows from there. We're hoping that this is a program that will continue for many, many years to come.
Outstanding. What do you need from the community, if anything?
What do we need from the community? We need to collectively be a little more kinder to our neighbors, but also be aware of the changes in their environment and connect in the sense that you want to improve. There's very simple things that Berrien County members or community members can actually do to help create a more healthy environment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Dawn Marie Smith, Be Healthy Berrien, supported by United Way of Southwest Michigan, and Emily Vilmure, Corwell Health Center for Wellness in Benton Harbor. We thank you for establishing the Community Leadership Academy and bringing the information to us today.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
All right. It's 8:18. We'll be back with news from the Bear Den. Kristen Bach, Superintendent for St. Joseph Public Schools, coming up next right here on the WSJM Morning Show.